Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to this is the second session. If you are joining every Friday, Connecting the Dots Coaching Company, which is my coaching company, I'm calling it Freedom Friday, Bridges to Breakthrough. Ask Coach Jodi sessions, and we're going to just talk about. Normally, I'm going to share just a little coaching tip, something that maybe is coming up right now with clients of mine. And so, if you're joining, share with me, drop if you have a question, but I always love on everything I do to know where you're joining from and just be able to say hello. So, and I always like to have you answer a fun question. So today's question is going to be, what is one exciting thing you're going to do for this weekend? Is there something for fall you're going to do? Is there, what are you going to do for this weekend? Anything exciting? I know a lot of the things that normally go on around here, a lot of the festivals and stuff have been canceled. So, matter of fact, I was thinking about last weekend was Greek festival. I'm pretty sure they didn't have it. And I know there's always some fun, different kinds of festivals. So let me know, what are you guys going to do? Is there something fun? Is there something you always love to do in September? I actually think I'm going to do something new. A friend of mine, Velia, shared on here that she had hot apple cider. Now it is September. It is cooling off a little, but it is definitely still warmer. But it was in a crock pot. So I don't know if I'm going to do this. It depends on how hot it is. But it sounded absolutely delicious and a great way to kind of kick off the fall season. So I guess you slice up like 3 or 4 different kinds of apples and a few other spices and stuff. She gave me the recipe, and you put it in the crock pot. I'm sure there's some water and a whole bunch of stuff, but you put it in a crock pot for 4 hours, which sounded just like so awesome, because I was like, wow, that would be really cool. The smells, the aroma, and then I could make a bunch and then have it at a later date. So anyway, I'm thinking I might do that this weekend. My other thing is not necessarily fun, but we got a new carpet cleaner and a furniture cleaner. So I'm considering trying that out too. So, yeah, let me know where you're joining from. If you have any questions, but I really felt like the topic today. Hi, Janelle. Oh my gosh, Janelle Furtada. She's an amazing mom now. Hello, Janelle. How are you doing, sweetheart? She was, now she's grown up, but she was one of our little flower girls when we got married 18 years ago, if you can believe it. Gosh, time flies. But it's so fun. So what are you guys going to do? Anything fun? I know, hello, George, Dina, welcome, welcome, welcome. But I felt like the topic was going to be, how do we handle conflict? How do we handle when we don't, we all have relationships, whether we're, in a relationship, we have a boyfriend or girlfriend, we have brothers or sisters, we have friends, we have bosses. I don't know. Let me know what is your top relationship? So like for me, obviously I am married, and with the pandemic situation, except for right now, normally Dan and I are around each other all the time. And that didn't always used to be the case. It's a little bit more, I call it like a retirement sample package of what it'll be like when we retire. But I'm used to kind of doing my thing during work, and he's used to doing his. So that would probably be one relationship. But I have a lot of different relationships and people that you care about. But guess what? Everybody has a different lens that they look in. So you could really feel strongly that you're trying to defend your situation. You're trying to explain it. I have so been in this. And so this is a big topic that comes up, and it actually has been a topic with my one-on-one coaching clients this week, and actually a couple of them today. So I thought, you know what? I was kind of praying like, Lord, I said I was going to go on. I'm trying to stay consistent and do whatever God's asking me to do. And yeah, I'm like, okay, let's see if we can invite a couple people. So yeah, so I don't have anybody participating. I see some people on, but no one is participating, and that's okay. So I'm going to kind of go a different direction because I wanted to kind of get your feedback if you've had any challenges, but maybe we will share that part towards the end. So when you're in relationships with anybody, people in general, and then we have just in general right now, we've got a lot of conflict. A lot of times everybody does not see things our way. And how do we still stay loving? How do we, I'm listening, you're still at work. Oh, hi, J. Joe. So I felt like conflict was going to be kind of the topic today. How, and I'm like, do I have my little demo? So, and I always love to honor and give honor where honor is due. So if those of you that know me well, you know that, that I speak about this a lot. So Danny Silk and the Loving on Purpose Academy was such a life-changing thing for me. I was in it for 18 months and I still continue. He's written several books. One is Keep Your Love On, and another is Culture of Honor. There's a whole bunch more. I think he's got one out about how you handle betrayal and how you handle conflict. Just amazing ways of how we can keep our heart with what God's calling us to do and what we're called to just live. But how do we do it? Like, it gets messy. Hi, Crystal. Oh my gosh, my niece Crystal. Oh my gosh. Girly, today's the 18th. It's the countdown, the wedding countdown. My beautiful Crystal. It's so funny. Crystal, I don't know if you remember little Janelle that was in the wedding. She's the flower girl. She's all grown up now and has 2 kids of her own. But she was just watching, and now Crystal was my junior bridesmaid. And Janelle says, hi. Yeah, Crystal's on, Janelle. Do you remember the junior bridesmaid? That was Crystal. And she is getting married to the amazing Will. I'm so excited for them. We got to celebrate her at her bridal shower. And matter of fact, I was just thinking about what I'm going to wear to the wedding. I was like, okay, I know it's outside. So anyway, I was just working with I'm probably going to do this in a different announcement, but I'm super excited. I have my first sponsor. And I actually have one of her items on. And so Threads of Light Boutique is one of my official sponsors of a lot of the programming that I'm bringing to you guys. So if you're looking, and she carries from 0 to size 3X. She is the buyer. She actually has an amazing VIP group called Threads of Life VIP group. And what I love is she is a mamapreneur. She is a homeschooling mom, and building a business. And she's out of Texas, and it's all online, which works amazing now. So Crystal, I was just looking and trying to decide what I was going to wear. I was like, there's this one dress she has, and I was considering getting it for the wedding, but then I wasn't quite sure if it was dressy enough, but it's really cute with red and kind of some daisies and stuff, and it's a long dress. So I was thinking about you actually today, and then I was like, maybe I'll ask her if she can shop for like a fall dress or something, since now, yeah, I was just having some fun with that. And so I just thought I'd do a little quick announcement with that. Yes, I was so shy. I had to walk with her. Oh my gosh. I forgot that you guys walk together. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. I know. Can you believe it? 18 years later, you guys are all grown up. You were so adorable. You were really shy though. You're still shy, Janelle. You're so adorable though. And Crystal, she's kind of like her Aunt Jodi. She is not shy. Shy would not be a characteristic that was described of us. Kind of need to turn the volume down. Loud probably would describe us better. She kind of takes after her auntie that way. And yeah, shy is definitely, and quiet is definitely not us. But Janelle stole the show. I don't know if you remember that, but we had done, the dress rehearsals and the practices, and she had little flower petals in her little basket. And so we had said, make sure, and there was 2 flower girls. And so I think Brianna went first, and then I think that Janelle, you went next, because we knew you were going to be kind of a little nervous, and Brianna was older, so kind of lead the way. And we kept showing them, make sure that you put flowers all the way down the thing. Well, Janelle took it to the whole new level and stole the show. I still have it on my wedding video. We actually got married in Gravity Church. It was Zion at the time. But if anybody's been there, there's lots of pews that it goes all the way down. And she literally stopped and took it serious to make sure that one petal went on each side, each row all the way down. And I'm telling you, there's probably 20 rows, if not more. So there she was. She slowed down and she put it there and there and there and there. It was so cute. So we're talking about conflict, but why is that important? And it really is important because just like in my coaching company's name, it's Connecting the Dots. Connecting is really important. If you connect one dot to another, it's 2 people, right? And sometimes we have to understand what is important. So I always love to use this as an example because these are 2 cords. I'll say this represents the wall, but it's too hard for me to take the camera over there. This is an extension cord. And you'll notice right here, there's a little plug-in, right? And there's a plug-in here. Well, normally what happens is when we don't see eye to eye, there is an immediate disconnect. We unplug from each other, okay? And we unplug because we feel threatened and unsafe. That is just the truth at that moment. No matter if this person shows us that they are normally a safe person, I am so guilty of this, and I have to catch myself because I will think that I can try to explain my point of view, and then and I probably will even override them. And I don't know if you guys have ever been here where before you know it, the voices are loud like this, right? That is a huge, huge, huge clue, guys, that someone has gotten disconnected. And you know what? Like, here's the thing. It only takes one, and now distance, and we are not connected anymore. So what are we going to do to bring, you have to decide what is more important. Is it more important for me to figure out a way and so this person, my voice feels heard, but this person's voice feels heard too. And this really helped me. Danny still explained it, and it helped me refocus my mind, especially after maybe something didn't go so well. And here's the thing, we could very well be right. We can have all kinds of facts behind us. We could have expected somebody to behave a certain way. The problem is every single person is made unique and different, and we all filter things in a totally different way. Okay. So if we disconnect, there's a really, really good chance that one person's moving into being a victim. Another person, they may have made the bad guy, or it just is this disconnect. It's powerless. It's powerless behavior, because right here, I can turn my light on right now and the power will work. But if I disconnect and I try to turn my light on, it's powerless. It won't work. It is completely not capable of doing anything. So that is I give you guys this example, and then I'm going to give you an example of what it sounds like, feels like, and you can hear it, and what a couple of tools that you can use in the midst of it. Okay. It's depending on the person. One person, let's say this person here, they just kind of shrink away and want to run away. This person here maybe gets really loud. It makes this person feel unsafe because they feel threatened. But this person that's being loud and maybe feels threatening, they feel threatened too. So if we can refocus and go, okay, that is not their normal to be screaming. That is not their normal to be talking at that loud of a voice. Okay, what do I need to do? Sometimes you just need to take a break. Sometimes you just need to say, let me get back to you on that. Other times, this is by trial and error and fighting for this in many relationships of my life, and people that, you know how to push each other's buttons. Let's just be real. Probably, I would honestly say the person that we know how to push each other's buttons probably the most is my sister and I. We've lived with each other. We grew up with each other. I'm 3 years older. And as much as you know them and you love them, normally you're not always the same. So we are very different people. Grew up in the same house with the same mom and dad, and we're really different. And sometimes I will assume that that she should be able to comprehend something, or she'll assume. So one little trick that has helped me, and me and my sister discovered this by accident because both of us love each other. Both of us we even use the word, okay, staying in a relationship with you and staying connected with you is really important to me. I want to have a relationship with you. So how can I need to understand how you're experiencing me. So that's one thing right there. Then let's take the bad guy off the table, okay? So when we take the bad guy off the table, meaning it's your fault. No, it's your fault. Well, you're saying this, and this made me feel that way. No, this made me feel that way. Let's give each person a chance to communicate how they're experiencing us right now. That really helps. So that, and that may look like in a heated conversation, a way to honor each other is to set a timer. And this happens with, it's something I have to work on. If I can just be really frank with you, because I have had to self-reflect myself. And as I self-reflect myself and hear my voice, it's really, not the very best of me. I don't want to, I don't like that best of me. Hi, Nathan. So I get to practice it, and it's messy. And sometimes I have to go back and clean up my mess. And it doesn't, one of the most important things is it's not about me getting that person to see my point of view. When that happens, I can just tell you, because I still get to practice it a lot. It always ends up in really disconnect. So sometimes it may look like just saying that was not my intention, and you might be feeling really offended. Like, how do they not know my heart? How do they not know? They should know me. Sometimes it just doesn't work that way. We're just filtering through all of our life, words that we've heard. Maybe we were just in a situation that was super duper hard and triggered us, already feeling like we were going to lose someone or lose control or anything like that. There's all these other factors that come in. So I want to leave you guys with a couple of tools. One tool is I say that your experience, I'm open to feedback. It may not, when I use that word, let me just give you an example of something that I'm going to call feedback, and other people may call judgmental and critical. And the reason why I'm going to call it is because I know the heart of this person, okay? I know they're in my life, they're trustworthy, I care for them, and I want to fight for connection. So I'm going to assume that they're giving me feedback. The delivery method may not look so great, okay? It may look like, you said this. Oh, don't you think you're great? It might look that way. And you just did something and you thought you were doing something great. Your intentions were generous. They were kind. I have found when I can even stop when I see somebody send me a text message like that, a lot of times, to be honest with you, it normally comes in an email or text message. Maybe they're afraid to tell you in person, okay? And it's really easy to respond back to a text without filtering yourself. So I have to sometimes slow down. And here's some tips, 3 tips of when you probably better not respond right away. And if you're in an area where you need to, is I can tell that's really important to you. Can we set a time we can talk in private? That way you're acknowledging them, but you don't get into something where now you feel, make everybody feel unsafe. And this was some feedback I have gotten multiple times when things have gotten a little heated and we didn't feel like our voices were heard. So I have to take that feedback into consideration too, that it's making other people feel unsafe. So I have to readjust my behavior. I have a choice to do that. But if my choice is that I want people to want to connect with me, connection means you are getting close together. Connection means they feel safe with you. So if that is my primary goal, that I want them to feel I'm a safe person, I'm not going to hurt them. I'm not going to bite their head off. I'm not going to, whether it is verbally hurt them, like with a verbal dart or with a verbal knife, I'm not going to, whatever it is, I want them to feel that they can share their heart. So I'm going to readjust that they're not my enemy. They're not my bad guy. And I'm not a victim. I don't need to be saved. That helps me right away reapproach the way I'm going to respond to conflict. When people have passionate views, we sometimes will say, well, you are this is, so I have to readjust things because I own my behaviors. I own how I respond. There is no one can jump inside the Jodi body and tell other people and control my lips and control my body. That is me. I'm inside my body. My brain is inside my brain. So I have to own my behaviors. I have to practice it. I have to learn how to put a stop on something to make other people to connect with them. Because if every single time our cycle in our relationship is disconnect, reconnect, disconnect, reconnect, then I get to try to make a solution. And the solutions may look different at every time. Sometimes it may be that maybe you have to readjust how long you spend with somebody. You don't need to tell somebody that. I always thought I had to tell everybody everything. You don't need to tell somebody that, but that may be what it looks like. And you just readjust something. So if you notice there's a trend when you stay the night somewhere, or you notice there's a trend when alcohol is involved, if you notice there's a trend when something happens, when you go to an event, when you've worked super hard and you're just spent, you're just exhausted. If you notice there's a trend that when these things happen, that it leads to things ending in a disconnection, whether it's yelling, whether it's just, okay, now I haven't heard from them in 3 months. It could be passive aggressive. It could be different, but there's a disconnect. There's a, ooh, they didn't like what I was saying. You get to own and reevaluate you, and you get to listen to people's feedback if you choose to, and take it as feedback. So those are a couple of guidelines I would give you. One other one is, if you notice both of you get really passionate at the same time, and it kind of sounds like this, it's because neither person feels like their voice is being heard. So if you slow down, grab your phone, you can get a little timer. You can look at your clock on in your car if you happen to be in your car, and you can say, okay, I can tell when it starts to get that way, just, okay, one moment, or time out, hold on. I can tell that we both have opinions right now. Let's give each other 2 minutes. What do you think? 3 minutes? Would you like to go first? And you share, and I will say nothing. When the beeper goes, I get to respond back, and you don't try to butt in. I get to say all mine. And then the other, what I find is we are now able to hear from each other a lot better, because I'm not focusing on everything that, like, okay, I've got to bust in and stop everything I'm saying that this person's trying to tell me and share. And basically I'm saying that I'm not listening to you because I'm already trying to interrupt you and make my case. So if we allow that, and then we can even reroute it, like, okay, can you give me 2 minutes? With 2 minutes, sometimes people are like, they don't want it to take 20, right? So, okay, all right, God, help me say this in 2 minutes. Now you're honoring that person's time. But you're doing more than that. When you stop and listen to somebody else and hear what they're going to need, it shifts everything, because they feel safe, you feel safe. Now you can start opening your hearts back up, and now you can share. So I hope that helped. I normally do a coaching time. I don't see anybody. I will post right here if anybody wants to come on for coaching. I don't know if 5 o'clock is going to work. I decided to try 5 o'clock on Fridays, because it seems like I have a lot of appointments. I might do earlier in the morning. So let me know what time on Fridays, Pacific Daylight Time, works for you. So okay, so there's the link. And so yeah, I hope that helps. Drop questions that you have. I know I'm not able to do a one-on-one coaching right now with the timing, but let me know if what is a trend you notice with a great disconnection with something. But one really helps is, we always will say, I know they didn't intentionally do that. One of the things that really helps is we can be intentional on how we respond. We can choose to be intentional. We can choose, and that's my goal always. When I even hear myself say to someone else, oh, I didn't intentionally do that, that's almost disvaluing that it hurt them. And it also is a great cue for me that how can I be intentional? Because I want to love on purpose. The word purpose is to me similar as intentional. On purpose, loving on purpose, intentional, making a conscious effort. That means we have to practice. That means unintentional means something just comes out, and then we use that as a way for us not to be responsible for our own personal actions by just saying, I didn't intentionally do that. When we hear that, I try to use that as a red flag. Okay, you know what? That wasn't my heart, but I really want to hear your heart right now. Tell me how you were experiencing me. Give me some feedback because I can tell that I hurt your feelings. Help me understand. If we ask questions to each other, and then another one is not blaming the person, you made me feel this way. I am feeling unsafe. I am feeling really attacked. I am feeling, you're owning your feelings, but you're also letting a person know how you are feeling. And a lot of times I got news for you. They are not getting the memo how you're feeling. And so you keep trying to like scream it to them and they're not realizing what the word is. It also helps you understand what it is that's triggering you. Am I feeling unsafe? Am I feeling unheard? Am I feeling that I'm being attacked? What am I feeling? It gives me words with it. So I hope these have helped you. Have a great weekend. Drop any questions that you have in here, and you can always reach me at bridgestobreakthrough.com. I have my email there. I have everything there that you can send me messages. So have a great day. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend. And I want to hear what everybody's doing on their weekend. I might make some cider. What are you guys doing for the second, or is it the third? I'm looking at my calendar here. It's the third weekend in September. So what are you doing for the third weekend in September? So, yeah, what are you doing for the third weekend in September? So let me know that. Let me know if you do have, you can drop general questions on here. Obviously, you don't have to say, I'm having a problem with blankety blank, but you could give an example of something that has been a challenge in a relationship, that there's conflict involved, that you don't see the same, you're not seeing from the same point of view. And how do we fight for still staying connected? How do we fight to be on purpose and give people a space to see things differently than me? I have to say, the more and more that I have worked on this, the more and more that it's amazing to get to have relationships with people that don't have the same point of view as me, and that I get to understand why they don't have to convince me. I think sometimes we think if we listen, if we allow them a platform, then it means we're going to be brought over to the other side. No, I'm a powerful person. I can listen to everything you're saying and try to hear from a lens to understand without having that fear that you're going to completely convince me of another way. That's also a not powerful behavior. That is a powerless behavior when we do that. So I hope that those things help, and have a great week. So I will talk to you next Friday, and Monday through Thursday is Camp Gambini here on my personal page. So Monday through Friday, we normally have something. And shout out announcement, my new sponsor is Threads of Light. And this is an older piece. She doesn't have this one available anymore, but I love it. It's a wrap, but she has some gorgeous Rwandas right now. Oh my gosh, they are really beautiful. So I will talk to you all later.